Start recording. Meow. It's recording.
It is the future century. It is the year of the future.
Take two.
All right, let me know when you're ready.
No, take two because you flubbed it.
Right, okay. It is the year future century 60, and most of humanity has migrated into orbiting space colonies, leaving behind the polluted Earth. To prevent war, the colonies came up with a tournament known as the Gundam Fight. Every country builds a Gundam and sends it to Earth. These Gundam fight each other using the entire planet as a ring for 11 months until the finals begin in the country that won the last Gundam fight. Whichever country is ultimately victorious will control the entire world for 4 years. This year, Neo Japan has sent Domon Kashun and the Shining Gundam in hopes of winning the 13th Gundam fight. However, Domon and his assistant Rain Mikamura have more to worry about than winning the Gundam fight. They have a current mission to confront and destroy the stolen Devil Gundam. Gundam Fighto! Ready, go!
Perfect. Also, I forgot. I need to find a picture of G Gundam Arena. Can I find the picture of the entire Earth with a fucking thing around it?
I was gonna say you could just open up the first opening, but never mind.
No, I can't. YouTube hates it. But I found this on YouTube. Why do you hate me in particular? Alright, well I can't find it, but yes, G Gundam. What a show.
Have you ever looked at your mobile suit Gundams and thought, you know what? It's just not enough heart is being put into killing each other, right? Well, in this Gundam, you fight with your body
And your soul. And your heart.
in the mech.
And sometimes a horse. So where do you begin? Actually, you know what? I know where to begin. I don't know what will exactly give the proper impression. If you're like, G Gundam, what's that? What is a space colony? You know, they fight the different countries in their space colonies, and they use Earth as the arena. But like, what's the vibe, right?
It's Gundam mixed with Dragon Ball Z.
What's the vibe? This is Neo America. This is America in the future. As you can see, it is a giant star in space with the Statue of Liberty.
Hell yeah, it is.
A giant sign that is the Star Spangled Banner. G
Gundam is the most inclusive Gundam the series has yet to date.
G Gundam is insanity, but like I dig it. So yes, Domon. Oh, I should find the Devil Gundam. I need a picture of that. Devil Gundam. Yeah, the one at the end.
Starts up with Domon Kashun heading to Earth, wandering about in, I think it's Italy, Rome, whatever.
Rome is in Italy, so.
Yeah. Wandering around with a photo, have you seen this man? And we get into wacky adventures, wacky fights, wacky Gundam fightos.
It is basically a big tournament arc, right? Like, it's follows the tournament arc style of, hey, main character and maybe side character. Who's this, my new opponent? I'm gonna fight them. Oh, they turned out to be cool. Who's this guy? Chibity Crockett from America? He's pretty cool. Alright, I'll fight him. I won. But Chibity, you're pretty cool. So, we'll be friends going forward. You know, rivals. But like friendly rivals. And it's a lot of that, and like the whole cast kind of forms. You have Chibity Crockett of America. Sai is from the Chinese team.
Sai Sachi, yes.
Sai Sachi, thank you. French and Argo. I apologize to what's his face. I forget his name.
George Desand.
Yes. Of France.
Also, I really like how you have all the mobile suits, all the Gundams, piloted by they get into this suit, this thing that like puts a BDSM suit on you, and then you have George over here with his butler piloting a mobile suit, and it's piloted by like this big old timey wheel.
Yeah, the George's mobile suit is like a steering wheel. So yes, each team represents a country. They all have their own thing going on, their own story. Psy of the Neo China is trying to win so that he can bring back what's it called? You know,
Buddhism to the
not Buddhism specifically.
it was basically get his religion back and to
Damn it. Yes, but it's those monks and they practice martial arts.
yeah.
Ah,
So basically, the first arc is kind of like Domon's going out there and he's like, "Have you seen this man? No. Do you pilot a Gundam? Yeah. We're gonna fight." And it's basically that for the first 12, 13 episodes.
Shaolin.
Shaolin.
Trying to bring back Shaolin to China. Yes, and Chibity Crockett of Neo America with his harem of ladies is a boxer from the streets who has made it big, and he wants to fulfill his dream of what is Chibity Crockett's dream and goal? Is it just to win? Is it just fighting spirit?
Just the win.
That's fair.
America #1.
America #1. George of France. He also just wants to kind of win, but he also has
wants to win for France.
Wants to win for France. Ogo wants to get out of jail of Neo Russia.
He wants to get out of jail and get all of his falsely imprisoned friends out of jail as well.
Yes. We just want to talk about each individual character because I feel like they play such an important part, and they all have their own arcs.
I'm gonna be honest. The overall like plots of the show is kind of nonsensical, and all depends on the characters.
Here's the overall plot of the show, so, which we could start with Domon because that's kind of his main story. Domon's whole thing is that he is fighting for Neo Japan. His family, his father was a Gundam engineer, shocker, and was working on a new Gundam called the Devil Gundam, which it was, I don't believe it was named that. Well, it was named that originally, wasn't it? Anyway. And the Devil Gundam's whole thing is that it's basically bioorganic. Like, it has organic components. It can grow and evolve and mutate. And
infect other machines and people with nanomachines and control them, basically.
Yes, and if I remember correctly, because it has been a couple months since we actually watched this, Domon's brother was infected by the Devil Gundam's G cells and became evil. Because his brother was set up to be the fighter for Japan, right?
Yeah, and then the machine overtook him, and then they're like, just send it to Earth. Get it out of here. Get it off the colony.
Yeah, get it out of Neo Japan. Which, by the way, Neo Japan looks like Japan in space.
Japan, but in space.
Like, no, I mean, like, yes. You are correct, and I'm not telling you this. Neo Japan G Gundam. When I say it looks like Japan in space, it is literally Japan floating in space. But yeah, so Domon's chasing after his brother to be like, brother, why'd you do this? And we later find out that it was kind of all part of a big conspiracy with the president of Neo Japan.
What it was this guy wanted to control the Devil Gundam for his own political ends, and partnering up with this other guy who wanted to control him to further his own political gains. Who was working with another guy who wanted to control him to move his political gains.
Yes.
Like that's pretty much all it is.
Yes, and Domon trains under a martial arts master named Master Asia. who was the champion for Hong Kong and the previous winner of the Gundam tournament, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Yep. And we later find out that Master Asia, he has not been corrupted by G cells. He's just kind of being a goober.
He's using the G cells to further his own plots because he's totally going to be able to overcome the G cells.
Doesn't he want to destroy the Earth so that it can return destroy humans on the Earth so that it can return to its natural state using the G Gundam to basically.
So what happened? And during the last Gundam fight, he won, but then he's like, "Yes, I won." And then he looked at all the destruction that happened with the Gundam fights, breaking buildings, breaking the planet.
Right.
And he's like, we shouldn't do this. So I'm just going to we should just kill all humans.
Yes.
A la Char. Just hit him with the colony. Hit him with the colony. That'll fix everything.
The compromise of removing wars in favor of a Gundam fight every couple of years was not compromise enough for him. Kill them all, he says.
The Gundam fights protects people, but it does not protect the environment.
True. And also, a lot of the times does not protect people either.
Yeah, true.
It's not a whole-out war, but, at the same time, oh no, a Gundam fight in my neighborhood. But that's basic. And, Domon's assistant, she has been with him the whole time, and they end up in love.
Since childhood.
Yep. And childhood friend, they end up in love. She gets kidnapped by the G Gundam at the end. He has a big fight to get her back. They do absolute Kino.
He's like, Rain, I loved you. I love you this entire time. Please break out of the control. And then their love is able to overcome the G cell. And then he catches her in his cloak that makes a dress. And then they stand on the chassis of the God Gundam, and then they do the Sekihara love canon.
I know this is going to make YouTube mad, but I'm gonna do it. G Gundam ending. Yes. The audio for is really
Are you just
funny.
gonna play it?
I'm just gonna play it in the background with it muted. It's so peak. But anyway,
it's so peak.
I know this is gonna get the video claimed, so I'm gonna move our faces to the side when I inevitably have to cover it up. But maybe it won't. Maybe this time it will be different.
I'm gonna be honest with you. G Gundam is probably one of my least favorite Gundams. It's not bad.
We didn't even talk about some of the other characters, though.
But what G Gundam kind of suffers from is very limited budget, very Monster of the Week formula, and it very much suffers to this in the second part of the show, where we have Domon beating all these one-off jobbers, and it's like this is how he gets further in the tournament, but then they all come back in the finals, and there's no hard rules on what a Gundam fight is. It's just Gundam fight, go fight.
Yeah, I do agree. But let's talk about some of the other characters real quick because they're important. Because as you mentioned, they're kind of like the most important part of the show. Because the overall plot's like, whatever, the G Gundam, or the Devil Gundam, whatever.
The plot really doesn't kick up until like the last 5 episodes.
We got Shibbity Crockett of America. He wants to win because he lived on the streets. Do you know why he lived on the streets? He went to the circus with his mom, and it was shot up by terrorists. Yep. And he developed a lifelong fear of clowns because of it. Yep. That is exactly what happened to him, by the way.
Which, I mean, to be fair, I would also be afraid of clowns after that.
Correct, but it was just absolutely gobsmacking. Where it was like, he's like, there's an episode later on where he has to fight the Clown Gundam. Correct. There's a Clown Gundam from Portugal, the Jester Gundam. And he's like, I'm scared of clowns. And it's like, okay, Chiburi, why are you scared of clowns? I went to the circus as a kid. Uh-huh. And then it was taken over by terrorists. And you're like, what? Okay. But he has his support harem of girls, and they all kind of... He's got some growth where it's like he has to learn to trust them and rely on them as like friends. And also
Yeah,
kind of...
he has to rely on them to sing him the song that calms him down.
They do that. That's true. I forgot about that. His Gundam has a football helmet because America.
Yeah, and then it ejects the football armor off to equip boxing hands, so it becomes the Baxter Gundam.
Yes. Sai grew up in a Shaolin temple and on Earth, I think. Yeah, on Earth.
Yeah, and he's like, man, I love Shaolin.
I need to win so that Shaolin can come back to Neo China. His dad disappeared. I don't remember why he left. He was going to go find Shaolin, I think. Oh no, he was going to go try to bring Shaolin back to Neo China, but his dad disappeared and is presumed dead.
Yeah.
And then you have George, and he's French, and he wants to win. And he also, there's a side lady that I believe is the daughter of the president of France, and they kind of got a thing going on, but she's like,
Maria Louise.
yeah, she and she's
if you have seen any French like romance movie, like with you got your French nobleman and then the France lady, yeah, basically the same thing.
Pretty much. Then you got Argo. Love Argo. Argo was a space pirate, and
that's it.
Argo was a space pirate, and during one of his operations, an unfortunate accident happened where the wife of what would become the fighter for Neo Canada dies, and the fighter for Neo Canada hates Argo. And then Argo is sent to Russian prison and is forced to be the Gundam fighter as a prisoner with Natasha, his commissar / prison guard / warden / assistant.
/ lover.
Later they become lovers. And he's got a whole rivalry thing going on with the guy from Neo Canada. That's pretty cool. I like it. And then you also have what's her face, the Noble Gundam from Sweden.
You have Alan B. Beardsley from Neo Sweden piloting the Noble Gundam.
Her whole thing is like Neo Sweden is like, hey, we gotta get a leg up in this, so we're going to have a mobile suit that kind of is like the butcher's nails from 40K. You'll win, but man, you'll go crazy winning.
Yeah, I really like how Allenby and Domon are very much like two peas in a pod.
Yes, and Rain is like, oh, does Domon love Allenby? And it's like, nah. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. They'll just stay friends. Like, it's kind of like a little love triangle thing going on, and then it's just like, nah.
Yeah, it's like they don't play that much into the love triangle. It's like it's kind of there. They kind of hint at it, but they don't like push it up to the main foreground.
Then we have Gundam Spiegel, which is important because it has what's his name? Schwarzbruder?
Yes, Schwarzbruder.
Black Brother. That's translated in English, I believe.
Who that was actually the name of the original pilot for Germany. So there was another guy out there named Dark Brother, but Domon's brother takes the position of the Germany Gundam Meister.
Yes, as a ninja, by the way, a secret ninja, who I believe is also trained by Master Asia.
I don't think so.
Well, he's really good at martial arts, but yes, and it turns out he is a cyborg, G-cell cyborg ninja man from Germany. he's pretty cool, but also what?
Yeah, don't question it because
He's not
Domon got a
evil
leg.
he's not evil by the way, because
Yeah,
I
don't worry about it because he helps Domon, and then Domon's like, okay, I guess I gotta kill you now, and then hits him with the shining finger.
yes, but that's what Schwarz Buddha wanted, so that he could beat Master Asia. And then, of course, let's not forget Master Asia's most important assistant, his horse, which also pilots a mobile suit, which is a horse. G
Yeah.
Gundam horse.
Saiki or something like that.
Yes, it's a horse.
In a horse Gundam.
Yep, and it goes through the whole horse transformation sequence and everything. It's peak. And then they all come together to fight the Devil Gundam as it takes over Space Japan.
And then as it takes over Space Japan, it sends tendrils down to Earth, and then everyone's like, shit, everyone of every federation, get together, lend your Gundam powers for this final Gundam fight. And then that kicks off like the last 6 episodes of peak.
Yeah. So like overall, I agree. It's very Monster of the Week. I mean, there's so many different like, hey, it's the Skull Gundam, it's the Zeus Gundam, it's the Tequila Gundam, and then and then in the second half, a lot of them come back. Not all of them, but a lot of them for like a final battle royale tournament. I don't know how that works, but
yeah.
First part is globetrotting, just walking around, learning things, training under Master Asia before he becomes evil.
Most of it is just like getting to go know your main characters, getting to love your main characters, and so that way when it gets to the last 6 episodes, you're like, yeah, main characters, go do it.
Yeah, first part is kind of just walking around the planet, and it's like, oh, we're in Mexico now. Hey, we're gonna fight the Tequila Gundam. Oh, we're in wherever. We're in the middle of the desert. We're gonna fight a pharaoh.
Yeah.
Which he's undead zombie Gundam. Yeah, and then
which all the Gundam designs in the show are really very unique and very cool.
Yes. Also, we should mention the Shuffle Alliance.
Yeah, so in the previous Gundam fights, Master Asia teamed up with some other people from other countries to form the Shuffle Alliance, which gives them a really cool tattoo of a suit of playing cards.
Yes. And their whole thing is the preservation of humanity in this Gundam world, I guess.
Yeah.
But then Master Asia broke from that because he's like, I want to kill everyone. And then so the Shuffle Alliance is like, well, we're down a guy and we're now kind of old, so we're going to hand it off to you guys. Which is what the main characters become. They become the Shuffle Alliance. The new Shuffle Alliance. But yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of the biggest. Because I don't want to say outright that like that first part of the show doesn't really matter, but like it kind of doesn't. It's like 25 episodes of like nothing going on.
Yeah, like honestly, like up until like the important fights between like the Devil Gundam, the first part is kind of just wander around, get into a random fight. You have some funny moments, some meme material, and then it's all right. Domon beat that guy. Let's go to the next Gundam fight.
Domon used the Shining Finger once again to win. Crazy. But the second half wasn't bad either. I actually kind of think I preferred the second half more.
Oh yeah, the second half is the best part because of the last 6 episodes.
Well, even just like fighting in Hong Kong, I felt seemed a little bit more coherent. I don't want to say coherent. but
It's a
like,
more structured organization of the tournaments.
yes, and you also get a lot more character interactions. Like Sai has a crush on a girl, and the girl's brother turns out to be the pilot of the next mobile suit he has to fight, which is the fish, the mermaid.
Yeah,
The Nether
all the
Gundam shows up, which is peak.
all the characters that were introduced in the first half come back in the second half and get a lot more character
Not
depth added onto
not
them.
all of them. The Keela Gundam
Most
never
of
showed
them.
up.
And also Argo kind of doesn't really get that expanded character development.
True. Yeah, and then like the last 6 episodes are actually like kind of peak. It is just one of those shows that it's like 50 episodes, right?
G Gundam is the one meme of nice character writing shit ass, but check this out, and it's Goku powering up. G Gundam is this, but for the Gundam franchise.
They also do have some fun characters though, so I will say that,
Oh yeah.
but only some. But
Every time that Domon pulls out the shining finger, I'm like, yeah, it's the shining finger. Let's go.
he's gonna do it. He's gonna use the shining finger. Also,
And the theme song that plays when he uses the shining finger, mwah, cinema.
it was the Shining Gundam was the first one he had, right? And then it gets destroyed by the G Gundam midway
It get
through, and then gets
it
upgraded to the Burning Gundam.
got it's the yes, I believe it's the Shining Gundam, and then it gets made into the Burning Gundam. But in the Japanese, it's Shining Gundam into God Gundam.
Which I do have to say, the English translation of Shining Gundam into Burning Gundam, and then Devil Gundam is Dark Gundam, I think is kind of cool. Because it's like,
It's pretty.
it's
It's pretty
Shining
cool.
versus Dark. Shining lost. Now it's going to be Burning versus Dark. And it's like, okay, that's kind of cool. One of the few times I think the English name change it actually improves it.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, overall, it was a fun watch. But like, it really could have, should have been like 25 episodes.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really much impressive animation-wise going on for all the Gundam fights. It mostly gets saved up for the big end fights of each season.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. You do have Master Asia parrying like Gundam-sized weapons, though. That's pretty funny.
And then you also have him and Domon launching a skyscraper out of the ground.
They did do that. That's true.
It's also funny how it's not even introduced as there's a skyscraper in our way. We need to move it out of the way. It's like, Domon, we're trapped in this underground labyrinth. We need to work together to get out of here. There's some rubble. Let's break the rubble. And then they do we punch at the same time, and then it cuts above ground, and there's a skyscraper that gets launched out of the ground.
It is. This show is ridiculous. It's like it definitely feels like it was inspiration for Gurren Lagann at some point in a way. Like,
Oh yeah.
it's got the
Uh,
vibes.
if if you look at the last episode of G Gundam and Gurren Lagann, you have the same cape motif kind of idea of Domon catches Rain out of the Devil Gundam in the cape, and it turns into her dress, and then Simone pulls Mia out of the anti-spiral control and puts her in his jacket.
True. That's just what your gentleman anime protagonist does. Overall I did enjoy the journey, but there were some times in the middle where it's like we just watched 6 episodes and nothing happened.
We watched 6 episodes of Domon. Domon runs into problem. How does he solve problem? Burning finger. Done. Next episode.
Yep, pretty much. Oh, what's this one gonna be solved with? Another shining finger. Wow.
First season is definitely a lot I would say if I were to rank it on a number basis, I would say the first season is like a 6, but the second season I would put it like a 7 or an 8.
Yeah, I definitely feel like those final episodes, and it's hard to say because like final episodes do get a lot of weight to them because of the fact of the journey all the characters are on. So, is it worth it? Yeah, kinda.
Yeah, I would say that if you like Dragon Ball Z and you want like you want a something to scratch that itch, G Gundam is the way to go.
Also, when they have the fight around Earth, they erect literally giant energy pylons around the planet as like a boxing ring. It's so stupid. This is one of
And
those
then
Gundam. Like every Gundam has to have like a little bit of suspension of disbelief, right? But like this is like Looney Tunes shit.
every Gundam asks that you typically every Gundam asks that you just give it like 5 points of like disbelief of like square math law whatever. But like for G Gundam, I would say it'd be like a 10 or a 15 on like you need to just. But it's good. It's really good.
I enjoyed it.
It's got a lot of heart.
Absolutely, it has a lot of heart. And I did enjoy it quite a lot. In fact, I found like a lot of the characters, individual characters' stories to be pretty good. Uh, and them working together was like pretty good. And there's some conflict in that second half where it's like, oh, the country's president wants me to not help Domon, but damn it, me and Domon are brothers. I'm gonna help him. You know, stuff like that. Where I think it's really shines, if you will. And then like the big final fight where everyone comes together to fight the Devil Gundam as it's taking over Neo Japan. Ooh, cinema.
And then that's where you see all the budget goes towards.
Pretty much. And you get that big cool final fight, big cool final sequence. Ah, great. It's just those 50 episodes or so. Or like there's like 30 episodes of like nothing. Like let's be honest.
Yeah, yeah. The first half is definitely like you could watch. Honestly, you could watch each episode that has like George and the Shuffle Alliance in it. If it doesn't have the Shuffle Alliance in it, you could probably skip it. TBH. You shouldn't, but you could.
There's probably a list out there of like Gundam, G Gundam that is abridged, where it's like, is this episode important? No.
What G Gundam is it's a good show to watch on the side while you're doing something else.
Pretty much, yeah. The dub was pretty solid as well. Apparently, I think the voice actor for Domon went on to be a dentist, something like
Oh
that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was solid considering it's an early anime dub. But
Oh yeah.
any other final thoughts about G Gundam?
Honestly, the only thing I could say is they came out with a book recently for the 30th anniversary
Oh yeah, they did.
of G Gundam. I think that if they were to make that into like a little OVA, that would be a good bow on this series.
That would be really cool, actually. I would love to see some updated stuff and returning to the G Gundam universe.
See Domon's kid fighting with Master Asia Kid. Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Well, that's everything.
Go watch it.
Go watch Shining Finger.